I'm curious. Did you ultimately decide to go with a publisher after that, or did you stay self-publishing?
I went with publishers for simple reason that one, they provide better covers. If you want to laugh, look up early editions of my first book, it was only on Stun. It was a, straightforward murder mystery set at a sci-fi convention.
Okay.
And the cover is bad on the print edition. Somebody else gave me a Kindle version later on, one of my fans, who said, "Please God, this cover is terrible. Here, I'm giving you this for free." I like the book. It needs a better cover. But the publishers have better covers, and usually they have a better idea of marketing. Do not rely on that, however. We can get into that later.
Well, that's the reason I ask, because from what I've heard, very rarely do publishers do much about marketing. It's like, hey, here's your book, go figure it out.
I'm with smaller publishers.
Okay.
Where they want the success, they're going for the success, they're going to, pimp out your book, but come hell or high water. And frankly, if they did not have marketing aspects to them, I wouldn't even bother, because I've done this.
Well, yeah, and that's why I ask. Like, if you've successfully released books, why go with someone who's not going to do anything?
Well, to your point, one of my publishers two of my publishers have folded. I have another 3 now, and the last publisher folded, and I was told point blank that I was doing more marketing than they were. One of the reasons they were folding was, A, you're one of our biggest sellers. B, we're not really giving you that much. So, C, here, have your books back. It's your money. Have fun. Have a nice day. So, yeah, it really depends on the publisher. It really depends on a multitude of factors, really. With my publisher, they were doing very good on marketing. Then COVID hit, and they were running 3 businesses, and COVID whacked all 3 of them.
I'm curious, how did you see COVID affect like the book market for you?
Well, in terms of it mostly hit me because of my publisher, for the simple reason that they had a very well-tuned schedule that involved, it was literally a mom and pop shop. It was run by a husband and wife. One, when one was working at the office, one had the kids, and vice versa. And in one case, it was, the office was editing books, formatting them, and getting them out there. And COVID took that schedule and wrecked it all to heck. So, now granted, for me, it was perfect because I self-published 2 books. I wrote 4 that year in 2020 because, gee, I'm a writer. If I were sociable and liked people, I wouldn't be a writer. I wouldn't lock myself in a wouldn't lock myself in a room 7 hours a day away from people. But it's like, oh wait, I get to social distance. How is this different from my normal day? So I got to pump out, 4 books in a series. I finished off my St. Tommy NYPD series in 2020. But you can tell just how bad my last publisher was hit, because those 4 books did not come out till last year under my new publisher. So it hit them hard. I'm told that sales were down for a lot of people during COVID for a simple reason of, well, you can't go out to Barnes & Noble and get new books. And B, a lot of readers are looking at their to-be-read piles. They're locked in their house with their to-be-read piles, and no one's buying anything new because we're trying to get rid of everything we have. That's what I was told. Whether or not it's accurate, you need a crystal ball to tell.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't stop buying books during COVID, so Amazon still ships, guys. So, I I enjoy seeing your big Catholicism on your shirt. Is that a big part of who you are and like what the writing is for you?
Me, yes, it keeps slipping into the writing whether I like it or not. Um, it's for example, it was only on Stun. It's a murder mystery. I still wound up having my main character, who is a security professional, bodyguarding an actress who's going to confession. Um, who's going to church for on Sunday Mass, and I had some fun with nerds and geeks at Mass, where it's
Oh, good
may
lord.
the Force be with you and with your spirit. Things like that. So in some cases it slips in, and in some cases I just use it for mythology. For example, my St. Tommy NYPD series has a cop fighting, well, demons. I did not know that. I figured I was the only guy who did this. Then I found out that, oh, wait, Dean Koontz did this about 25, 26 years ago. So, oops.
And I'm gonna be honest. Before he did it, there was a character known as oh goodness, this is gonna kill me. It's Clive Barker character from like his early
Oh,
books of
yes.
Blood. Harry
Yes.
Damour.
Yes. He's the only other person I think I've seen with that genre. So, it's.
For the record, he's my favorite author, so he's got me terrified to read the series because I'm like, if it doesn't live up to Harry Damour, I don't know if I can take it.
Well, with my books, I don't have to create mythology because, oh, look, it's fighting demons. Catholic Church have a few books on demons.
That they do.
And it's hilarious because some of the books I read on demons, it's like, wait, what do you mean they're making a Russel Crowe movie out of this? What? Like, no, I'm sorry. Father Amoris is not Russel Crowe. He's a very cranky Italian exorcist.
Yeah.
Who's mostly cranky at other bishops because apparently within the Catholic Church, even within the Catholic Church, they look at things like The Exorcist and it's, oh, this is a pretty fantasy. Guys, this is
Well,
based on an actual incident.
a lot of the Catholic churches also. I some of the circles I run in, they're not very happy with some of the turns the Catholic Church has taken over the past, say, 30, 40 years. I've got some friends that are still going to Latin Mass, but that way.
No, I understand it. I actually, one of the reasons I moved to Texas from New York was they have Latin masses down here. They haven't been banned by the local bishops, which can be a little bit annoying. But hey, it's nice when I actually go to mass and hear, oh yes, hell exists. Here is this thing called confession. You should probably show up at it. It's like, wow, I haven't heard this lecture. I haven't heard this sermon in about 20 years. It's nice to have that change.